I think you look at your past as a failure. Again, is this conditioning of this world, this black and white. Something is good or it's bad. Something is shadow or it's light. Something was a good choice or it was a mistake. No, no, it just was. It was a chapter. You, from your human ego perspective, you look at your past relationship and you think it was the biggest mistake and the biggest failure because it ended, because it broke your heart, because you were disappointed. How about you change the narrative and you start seeing that, oh my God, I've cleared so much karma with this person. I learned so much. I grew as a soul. There's always something. Maybe you had children with this person. What a beautiful thing to share with another soul, to give a vessel, a life to another soul. You must have, and people have this tendency to see the negatives, but if you chose to be with this person, there must have been love, romance, adventure, beautiful memories. Hold on to these, and the rest, use it as a lesson. Things are, this is why they say that that we have the power to change our past. It's not because we take a time traveling machine and we go there and we change it. We change the perception. Similarly, how I highlight to you guys that being a creator of your own reality doesn't mean that you have a genie in a lamp and you rub it and you suddenly have the perfect life and a perfect partner and a perfect job. It is what it is, but you switch and you shift how you look at it. You choose to see it as a positive. You choose to see it as part of your great path. You don't look at it as a sort of this linear thing. It ended, so it was a failure. But every day is a step. Every day is a stepping stone. Every day is a lesson. Every day, right? Every day is a chapter. Every day is a chapter. Who are we to decide? And it's one of the biggest traps that I feel like people sort of get trapped into in this human life. That if it ended, it because it was crap. If this friendship ended, it wasn't worth it. If this relationship ended, no. We can have someone coming into our life for a week and have us transform our entire timeline. Chapters are beautiful. Even soulmates, even your higher soulmates, and I highlight this often, especially when I read for people who are on a search of that soulmate. Even your highest soulmate can come to your life for a chapter. Why? Because we have free will. And in a pairing of two, whether that's soulmate or twin soul, there are two people. There are two souls who have a free will to choose. So I may choose to love you for all my life, and it's my choice. It's my choice what I'm going to do about it. It's my choice whether I'm going to give up on this love or not. But whether you choose to love me, it's your choice. And because I love you, I give you that choice. I'm not going to lure you in. I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to convince you that we have to be together because we're soulmates or twin souls. If you love somebody, you set them free. We talked about this in the past as well. It doesn't matter whether it's a twin soul, soulmate, karmic, trauma bond. You have to let everybody go and give them their freedom. Because freedom is the greatest gift of life. We're never forced to anything in this life. We take choices. This reading, the whole reading was about choices. I'm hearing this choices. Was it from a Sophie's Choice musical? Oh my God, what a horror of a movie. Lost 3 hours of my life. Maybe you also don't like that movie. There's a reason it came to mind. I love this Meryl Streep. She's a gift to this world, but this movie, oh my God. Okay. Let's continue with the guidance. Self-respect, self-love, loving yourself. I don't think you fully healed from that past relationship. And the biggest thing in life, I've said this so many times in this reading, one of the biggest things that people struggle is this urgency. right? So people, again, they think that if something is ending and they have to start over and change is difficult and it's ending, it means that I made a mistake and it was a failure. It's all projections of the ego. And then they start, the older they get especially, they have this urgency. Oh my God, I'm getting a divorce. I'm in my 40s or 50s or whatever. What am I going to do now? I don't have, right, the time. We never know how much time we have. We never know. And it's this illusion of this urgency that thinks that if I'm going to get out there and start dating and start looking for this guy, I'm going to find it and we're still going to have some good years together, right? You may actually be slowing things down for yourself. You may actually have a beautiful soulmate on your highest, most abundant timeline that is waiting there for you to live another freaking 50 years in health and abundance with you. But you need to dedicate 3, 4, 5 years of your life for you to really heal, to really learn, to really let go. So it's this, I very often give you guys this analogy that people push and want to pass through that door, and they're not seeing that this door is not leading you to something that is for your soul's highest benefit. You're resisting. You're insisting on a specific outcome coming from a place of fear, lack, urgency, projections of that fear inside of you, right? That I just need to, organize my life. Why? Organize yourself. Heal yourself. Find yourself. Through finding ourselves, the best way to find your deep, true, real soul connection is through finding yourself. Once you find yourself, yourself is going to magnet. For the first time, we talk about magnetizing when we were talking, right? So most people think that they're magnetizing soul connections, and they're not seeing that for as long as you're coming from a place of the conditioned, automated mind ego, all you are magnetizing is karma. To magnetize dharma, you have to release karma. You have to release the urge of the ego to have something that doesn't really matter for the soul, right? The more you stand in your inner truth, in your authentic self, that love will just appear in front of you. And you know how it will look like? Exactly as I described to you in the beginning. I am here in my divinity, good on my own, and I am here. Hello, they fell in love, and they're together. No drama, no toxicity, no, twists in that story, because there's no need to. Why? Because we choose that we don't want no drama. We just choose to love each other because we're ready, because we learned to love ourselves. Do you get it? Serendipity. Yeah, I feel, again, we said this already, that this person was sent to you to give you a little bit of a more perspective. Maybe you were a little bit tense when it comes to love, and I feel you would be one of those people that, you think you see the signs, but you're trying to, your ego mind is trying to desperately find the meaning of the signs. This person calls you, right? And then you see 111 on a clock, or 1111. You're like, oh my God, they're the one. They're the new chapter. They're my new beginning. And you're not seeing that this is just your guides and universe's confirmation that you're on the right path, because you're on a great path for another lesson. Yay! Get excited. Who cares what it is? Is it a chapter? Is it the final one? Or is it the person or not the person? I told you, there is no person, right? You choose. Dating. Maybe, part of your path right now, because we are doing guidance, would be to just date this person without really thinking love, without really thinking what's going to happen. Who cares what's going to happen? As long as, we choose each other, we respect each other. If they're going to push you towards something that you don't feel comfortable, it's because it's not your person. We talked about this. It's not going to be lack of balance in life and things happening in life, right? And maybe they live in a different place and they're pushing you to move. If two people cannot find a way that is easy and comfortable for both, it means that the love is not mature yet. The love is not ready yet. If you really embrace this, you're going to learn a lot about love. Let's do one more row and we're going to close. Compatibility. And because that's on top of that self-respect, I was explaining this to you when we were talking about the magnetizing. I think you are someone that you think a lot about compatibility, but without you knowing, you're thinking from a place of ego. Remember, are we from same countries? Are we from some maybe cultures, maybe religions, money, finances? We had that in your previous spread. And in reality, compatibility is nothing else but compatibility of the souls. How do you know is another soul is compatible? Well, you guessed it. Come on. You know it. Come on. It's a test. If you watch the whole reading, you know at this point. You have to know yourself. You have to tap into your own frequency. Love yourself. Know how to love yourself well. Learn how to love yourself. Compatibility has nothing to do with anything physical. Soulmates. I do feel that for you have a soulmate on your highest, most aligned timeline, a beautiful relationship that could really be a true connection, lighthearted, but you're approaching this, you're insisting towards, you're resisting to heal, you're resisting to properly close the past, you're resisting to go deeper on certain wounds. I feel more than anything, it's fear and urgency, unfortunately. So you're afraid to face certain things, you're convincing yourself that it's not necessary. And you have the urgency to experience still certain things in life that you want to experience. Maybe you're a Virgo, it just came to my mind. Maturity with dating. This person is a preparation. This person is a beautiful learning. This person is a chapter. If you allow it, if you choose to, it will help you to mature. It will show you. I think there's a as well. They're showing me a concept of dating for this collective. When we talk about love, dating, choosing a mate, compatibility, being together, I'm sorry, but I feel that your image of these things is still distorted. It's not coming from a place of soul. It's coming from a place of logic, physical, human ego, the human part of self. Which is fine if that's what you choose, but it's not going to lead you to a soul connection. How could it? And more. Whoop! 2 more. Alright, let's roll with it. The divine feminine. We have the divine feminine and the distorted feminine. The divine feminine and the distorted feminine, which is making me think that the guidance would be for you to learn a little bit more about both. If you go to my website, you can find the link in bio. There is a section in the menu, Divine Love, and there's a couple of articles in that section, and one of them dives deeper into the masculine and feminine energy, the distorted and the healthy, the distorted and the divine. So many people these days talk about her, but this, to truly be this is place of enlightenment. This is place of peace. This is place of path of Christ consciousness. It's a hard work, self-work, inner work, understanding the meaning of life, expanding your consciousness. She's not just this woman that, dances around naked in a forest and she's liberated and she knows her worth and she talks, cliche statements. She's embodiment of the divinity. It's hard work. It's saying no to many things that don't align. It's strength, it's perseverance, it's alignment, it's connection to God, it's connection to values. It's thinking about the future of her children as a collective. Is the mother archetype. Even if you don't have your own children, or your future of your children is a-okay. But thinking about future generations, what am I leaving behind? What world are we going to leave behind? Not just about the urgency of my own life and what do I still want to experience. Being her ain't easy. It's a life of service. But not being her, that's what I'm hearing, not being her. That's why they came sort of together. Not being her, it doesn't mean that you're distorted. You just need to be aware. It's the shadow and the light. Again, it's illusion. All is neutral. Find your balance between. Learn, educate yourself. What does it really mean to be her? What does it really mean to be her? It's this journey of life, more than anything, it's self-awareness. It's consciousness. It's not shaming myself because I'm this and that. It may not be relevant for me ever to become her. But I will try to be more on her side than on her side. I want to know myself. I want to know my shadows. I want to know my past. Again, your past doesn't define you. We talked about this as well, right? All right, my sweet soul. I hope this was helpful. If you're looking for... This is a bit of a tricky situation, right? So some of you will hear it and ignore it. Others, it will be an opening for your journey of healing. If you feel guided to sign up for a session, a link is in my bio. And if not, I hope that at least you found some universal truths and universal messages in this reading that will help you on your future path.